Today's show is sponsored by ExpressVPN. Access games, TV shows, and websites that are locked in your region at expressvpn.com/inside.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Inside Gaming Daily. For Monday, we're all in our separate homes, but hey, we can join together in this lovely little morning clap. This quarantine may rob us of our sanity, but it will not take our weekly traditions.
All right, everybody, happy Monday. Hope you're healthy and safe as the entire world continues to shut down. Maybe not the entire world, because while most non-essential businesses are closed, some video game stores still are open, even in the midst of a global pandemic. Well, they're essential businesses.
Obviously, yeah.
That's why.
That's what I hear.
It's the same as a catheter or an IV drip for some people.
Where am I supposed to get my Arbiter Funko Pop?
I have 7 phones I need to sell. Great job, guys. Way to take the mask off and show us what you're really about. And for once, wait for it, we are actually not talking about GameStop. Oh, happy day. We'll name and shame those other outlets in a bit, but you know what? Let's talk about GameStop a little bit.
I mean, we gotta twist that blade a little. Over the weekend, everyone's favorite irresponsible retailer announced that they were closing up stores after there was a massive outcry from its employees and lawmakers for the chain's stubborn refusal to close up. Right, Brian?
Yeah, last week, GameStop even went so far as to declare itself, as we've joked about, an essential business, basically classifying video games as the same as food, you know, because totally the same thing. My favorite part was they even gave employees a script to read to any police officers who came to shut them down. Very good look to double down on something that was stupid to begin with. With every day that goes by, we're more convinced that GameStop is run by aliens that just don't have a good grasp on this world. I feel like it's Kang and Kodos from The Simpsons.
Or they're like
so
sovereign citizen people. I have declared with my constitutional rights that GameStop is not a part of the United States of America.
They're trying to secede.
If a police officer comes by the store, you must ask, am I being detained?
Yeah, it was a real low point for the retailer, who very clearly seemed to be putting profits above the safety of its employees and customers. It's no secret that people have been playing a lot more video games lately as they've been stuck in their homes and sending their nasty little kids out to get a break from them. GameStop during normal non-pandemic times is everyone's favorite babysitter. And now
That's
you can
true.
send them off and they'll bring back a virus for you.
Yeah, there's even a column in the New York Times today encouraging people to play video games and not feel bad about it. Oh, shut up.
Finally, the paper of record validates me.
Yeah, don't worry, New York Times. We never will. It is an absolute farce that I'm supposed to be working while my Animal Crossing town goes unattended. Who's gonna hit all my rocks, huh? Who's gonna get stung by all those wasps? Who's gonna destroy the Argent energy generator?
I'm up to 5 tires in my front yard.
Brian's going full white trash.
My island's not drenched in blood yet. Am I doing something wrong?
So yeah, video games all the rage during these quarantine times. Some employees have told us that GameStop's business has been up quite a bit during the pandemic. Some have even compared it to holiday business
God damn.
traffic.
So that new store traffic is probably why they stayed open. Well, probably, definitely, almost certainly. Oh, and the fact that 2 huge games, Animal Crossing New Horizons and Doom Eternal, the yin and yang of games today, came out at the end of last week. Cha-cha-ching, baby! Hopefully you ding-dong saved some of that virus-riddled cash for your inevitable lawsuit, you fucking wieners.
But GameStop's refusal to close down created a massive PR nightmare for the company. As media outlets like us started hearing from employees who were concerned that their safety, as well as customers, was being callously put at risk.
Yeah, shout out to everybody who leaked to me, all the GameStop employees who slid into my DMs. I appreciate y'all. Has any company had a worse week than Games? I guess other than all the other companies this past week.
And then finally, over the weekend, after they had grabbed as much money as they could, GameStop finally cried uncle and said they were closing stores. Well, to customers. It's weird and squishy.
Yeah, in a statement, GameStop CEO George Sherman did his best to pretend they just learned about the coronavirus 5 minutes ago. He said, "This is an unprecedented time and each day brings new information about the COVID-19 pandemic. Our priority has been and continues to be on the well-being of our employees, customers, and business partners." I'm sorry, I can't read that without fucking laughing. "We have been steadfast in our adherence to CDC-guided safety and local government orders for retailers in each of our communities." Sure you have, dude.
Maybe he's like Jared Leto and was on like a retreat and just found out about it. Never thought I'd live in a time where I'd be gaslit by the CEO of GameStop during a pandemic. I'd like to get off this ride. Actually now, if that's possible.
There's nowhere you can go. In a separate letter to employees, he added that the chain will give 80 hours of extra paid time off to those workers at closed or closing stores who are eligible for it. So those who aren't will get 2 extra weeks of pay. I guess that's something, at least in the bowels of late-stage capitalism, right?
There's a little corn in that deal for him. them.
He told employees in the letter that, "I wish I had a way to know when our operations and life as we know it will return to normal. Unfortunately, this is an ever-evolving situation, so I appreciate your patience, hard work, and dedication to doing our part to ease the burden, albeit in a small way, of our customers."
You know he's still got the cleaning
Oh,
people and the
God.
chefs coming into his house every day, right?
Yes.
Oh,
of
for
course.
sure.
The stores aren't completely closing, though. Of course, customers will still be able to order games online using the GameStop app. Great, they have an app. And pick them up curbside. Well, except for some states like California, where GameStop has to close its stores entirely. So now we have to resort to just buying it online. Extremely possible and very easy.
I like how this app is like as convoluted as possible. Normally you could just order from Amazon or an eShop and get it digitally, but no, you got to order it from Amazon and then go there and pick it up. Actually, one employee DM'd me and he explained the way it works. You show up at their locked store, you have to call them, then they verify your ID through a window, then you have to back up behind a line and they'll put your order on the ground for you to get.
Holy
That's awesome.
That's no shit. An employee told me that this
What the
morning.
To wear the Hurt Locker suit.
Yes, totally. Yep.
But if you have a pre-order that isn't completely paid off, that presents a problem, the employee told us. They told us when a customer has a pre-order, if it's not paid off, they don't have access to the money they put on it. If they decide they want the game, still, they can do an online order and pay full price for it and then use the store credit for something else on a later date, or they can eat. We have no other options.
Oh, man.
Oh, I'm sure GameStop didn't do that intentionally just to eat up all that money you pre-ordered
Also, what
already. It's like, oh, that $10 is actually just ours.
Does
now.
GameStop have layaway? What the hell is...
Do they have a credit card?
Kind of, yeah. You can put a little something on your pre-order. I don't know if they do.
So yeah, it's going to be a pain,
Yeah.
and it's not clear how long they'll be doing this curbside pickup. One employee told us that it was just for today, and then the stores will be shutting down completely. We promise. Still though, why didn't they just do something like this initially? I mean, this is all way too little, way too late. The damage has been done, and y'all have 1,000% infected a ton of people, so good work.
Good
Great.
job. Clap,
Yeah,
clap.
they wanted to stay open until last weekend when Doom Eternal and Animal Crossing.
It's so
And
transparent.
they were gonna hang on until they did
Yeah.
that. Yeah, but don't worry, guys. There are other chains out there who are even more soulless than GameStop. Buckle up, because while GameStop is closed up, a major video game retailer in the UK, Game, is just still open for
Game!
business. Today, they're still
God.
open.
So yeah, Game has made some concessions, like closing some of the public areas where gamers congregate for things like tournaments, but as of Monday, the stores were still open in the UK, despite employees being, very understandably, freaked the f*** out.
One store in Leeds, yeah,
Late.
tweeted that it was open Monday, writing, "Please only come to the store if you are comfortable and healthy to do so. If you are experiencing symptoms, please stay home."
People love when we do this accent.
That's
They
true.
do.
We should keep doing it. But that's literally the whole thing about the coronavirus, is not everyone shows symptoms. That's like every country that's f***ed up has made that same mistake.
I've never been to Leeds, but I looked it up on Google, and the first picture that came up was of two pit bulls. And I was like, oh, I've been to towns like this before. I get it. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll totally solve things. If this virus has shown us anything, it's that people will make wise, mature decisions all by themselves. Let's show some clips.
Yeah, people suck.
Can't tell me what to
People
do.
suck.
My ears are burning.
Oh, and they're not the only chain that's still open in the UK either. The secondhand store CEX also tweeted today that they're open for business. But don't worry, they also added that the well-being of our customers and our staff is our utmost priority. Oh, good.
Yeah, I like when you just say things. Like, these people are just saying things. They're not actually doing anything. It's awesome.
Right. No, it doesn't mean
It doesn't
jack.
mean anything. It's cool.
Eurogamer also reported that several other stores that sell video games are still open too, and just like GameStop, they're probably trying to hang out because Animal Crossing New Horizons has been selling like crazy.
Yeah, over in the UK, it has sold more copies in its first week on sale than the launch sales of all other Animal Crossing games combined. They didn't give exact numbers, but that's pretty crazy. And apparently, this is just in the UK and it's just for physical copies, but it's second only to Pokemon Sword and Shield when it comes to those sales. So yeah, it's doing well.
Anyway, so it's clear that there are still plenty of retailers who don't mind putting their employees and customers at risk as long as they can still make a buck. Like, not even trying to get with the times at all. Like, if you insist on staying open, there are ways to make it safer, like adopting the curbside pickup thing or offering deliveries. Like, just try. Just like there's so many things you can do, and it's so blatant that you just want money. Just, At least say that. At least say, we want money for us good.
Oh, hello again. I'm Patrick, your editor in quarantine. While I was editing the episode, the UK announced that they'd be enacting similar measures to what we have here in the US, meaning it's very likely that many of these stores will be now forced to close their doors, though the stores haven't said anything yet. In the case of GameStop, they were already struggling before the coronavirus outbreak, so it's an open question as to how long they can survive while being shut down.
Yeah, this might just be the final nail in the coffin for them, which they well and fully deserve after last week's stunt. Sorry, Reggie, you joined just a smidge too late. Is he wondering just what the hell he got into? Or maybe Reggie's just as evil as
It might be his idea.
Yeah.
No, Reggie, no.
As for retailers over in the UK, I don't know. I'm not sure why the government hasn't stepped in yet. I was raised to believe that they were all communists over there, so I would just figure they would have shut them down already. But I don't know. You'd think or hope it's just a matter of time before they do.
Can the Queen do anything? I'm not really familiar with their system of government.
The Queen has been locked in a bunker far underground.
Oh, yeah.
She's in a tank rolling through the center of London.
Whatever blood they feed her, they've had to test so vigorously now.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Inside Gaming Daily for Thursday. It's This Sucks Thursday? This sucks? Yeah, I mean, that works, right?
Yeah.
Pretty general statement at this point. Not exactly the hottest take in the world.
Okay, well, hey guys, happy Thursday. Let's talk about GameStop, aka the coronavirus's #1 BFF. Aw, look at how cute they are.
Power to the virus.